Hi guys, it's Kahlen Barry. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you know who I am, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you can see by the title, I am back with another astrology / zodiac video. And today I'm going to be talking about your zodiac signs as roommates. Listen, when you live with somebody, you have to deal with their energy. You have to deal with their shit. And so if there's anybody out there that might be in college, you know, you might have just moved into your first apartment and you're dealing with these signs and this energy, this might be something that you might either laugh at or something that you might rip your hair out for, because it's too accurate and you just can't deal with it. But either way, you're gonna get through it. We all gotta deal with people. That's part of life. But before we get into this video, I'm super excited to announce that it is sponsored by Skillshare. So if you don't know what Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative passions, with thousands of classes for creative and curious people, with topics that range from illustration, design, photography, video, freelance, and more. So as you guys know, it's 2020, we're 2 months in. If you've been thinking about learning some new skills or nurturing the talents and gifts that you already have, improving and getting better and expanding it, taking it beyond just the thought and turning it into reality, Skillshare is the place for you to go. Now, you guys know I am a YouTuber myself, but something that I do really want to get better at is editing, because to be honest, I kind of suck and I use iMovie. Y'all, Skillshare might have me out here glowing up. Y'all might have to say goodbye to the old ratchet Colin and hello to the new, improved, and better editing one, because 2020 is the year of growth, okay? But also, Skillshare is so affordable, especially if you're comparing it to in-person classes and workshops, because that gets expensive, okay? I know some of y'all are over here studying stuff. I'm in college, okay? And I know that college class ain't cheap. I took a film class. A couple of them. But not everybody has the money, the time, and the resources to do that. So that's a great thing about Skillshare, is that it's only $10 a month for an annual subscription. And you can learn and grow with short classes that can fit into your busy routine. So if you're curious and you're creative, I definitely recommend that you get on Skillshare today. The first 500 people to use my link in the description and the pinned comment will get 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. And that includes unlimited access to the thousands of classes on Skillshare. Do you know how much you can learn in that time frame, sis? But yeah, once again, use the link in the description and the pinned comment. Get your first 2 months free. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And with that being said, let's jump into the zodiac signs as roommates. So as usual, the first sign that we're gonna be talking about today is Aries. Aries are the roommates that are loud and obnoxious and honestly high-key inconsiderate. I'm sorry I gotta call y'all out, but it just is what it is. Y'all are definitely the ones who come home late. If you're in college, you're probably the ones coming home from a party drunk. Or if you're not doing that, you're probably up all night arguing with somebody on the phone, whether that's your boyfriend, your ex, somebody, while everybody else is trying to sleep. Honestly, you've probably gotten into a verbal altercation with every single one of your roommates at one point in time. You guys already know you're very blunt and upfront. You don't like hiding things or sugarcoating things, but that can get you in trouble when you're living with other people. Usually you guys have an extrovert element to you, even the introverted Aries. Y'all have a presence, okay? And it might not sit well with everybody. You're not everybody's cup of tea. But the thing is, you don't give a fuck, and that's the part that makes you great, because you are who the fuck you are and ain't nobody gonna change it. But you're also a fun time and you have a heart of gold, so even though people be annoyed and pissed off at you, they still love you, so that's the only reason why you ain't getting kicked out. Just try to remember that you're living with other people, alright? So now on to Taurus. Taurus is the roommate that literally stays in the house more than any other of the signs. Honestly, the only way that you guys are going out is if you're grocery shopping or shopping, because you know y'all love y'all clothes, or you're buying things for the house. Like literally, you guys are kind of like hermit crabs. You like being in your own space. You like doing things for yourself, like you're a self-care kind of person, especially if you're single and you're a roommate, you know what I'm saying? You just go do what you gotta do, whether it's working your job or if you're in college, you take your college classes and then you come the fuck home. You might study for a little bit and then you're gonna go take a shower, get all comfortable in your PJs, in your bathrobe, whatever the case is, put on Grey's Anatomy or The Bachelor, y'all know how y'all are, and sit up there with the popcorn and, you know, escape your problems. But to you, you need that. Like, you need that after everything else that you be dealing with. You just need a moment for yourself to just relax. Like, that is important to you. Self-care is a big part of your life. If you don't have it, you will not be happy. You cannot deal with an environment where you don't get to have that space for yourself. Even if some of you guys still live with your parents know not to go in your room. Also, Taurus people hate when people touch their things or invade or meddle in their private space. To them, it's like, I'll clean my room. Please don't go do it for me. Okay? Y'all remember where everything was and where everything's at. You guys are messy sometimes, but you can be an organized mess. You don't play by your personal space and your personal belongings. Let's just put it that way. The only way you're really gonna piss a Taurus person off and get into a fight with them as a roommate is if you disrespect their personal space. Like, to be honest, that's the main thing that's gonna get you. So now on to Gemini. Gemini is that roommate that never is around. You don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They're always at some social event. They're always doing something, okay? Because they hate staying in the house for too long. Like, it just gets boring to them. They do like being amongst friends and things like that. So if the Gemini gets along with the rest of the roommates, then they might be home a little bit more often, or they'll encourage, you know, the other roommates to go out and do stuff with them. But honestly, they're probably pretty MIA. And when they finally do get home at whatever fucking time, y'all are probably tired and they're talking your fucking ear off, asking you a million questions when you got work in the morning. They're over here trying to talk to y'all about parallel universes and galaxies, and the only galaxy you're trying to see is the black fuzzies in the back of your islands. And Geminis, we know we can be a lot sometimes. We can be a little too much. So depending on the personality of people that we're room with, we might not get along with them very well. They might hate us. They might think we're annoying, and we might think that they're boring. I definitely wouldn't recommend you to room with a Gemini if you're somebody who doesn't like attention, because they will give it to you. Anything that breathes, they will give attention to, because they need that. They like to talk, they like to socialize, that's their thing. So if you don't like that, don't fucking become roommates with the Gemini. Also, Geminis do have a little bit of a chaotic energy too, as we know. So depending on if you get overwhelmed by the presence of movement, you might hate Geminis because they will be the ones walking around the house. However, what I will say is that once they're worn the fuck out, because they do get worn the fuck out doing all that they will go to the room, shut the door, and you won't even remember that they even lived there. Because when they want their alone time, you ain't gotta worry. They're not gonna be in your hair and you're not gonna be in theirs. So now on to Cancer. As you guys know, Cancers are so hospitable. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones that are over here trying to arrange meal plans, making sure that whatever's cooked is healthy and that everyone's getting the right nutrition. They're trying to make sure that their roommates are good and their roommates have a healthy body so they can have a healthy life. They're also really caring, and they are always checking in on the people that they care about. So if they hate their roommate, then they probably ain't gonna fucking talk to you. But overall though, they have so much love and compassion for others. So if you are going through something, if you are having a rough day at work, you're probably gonna find yourself being drawn to Cancers and that energy, because they're very good at validating people and listening to people and their problems. And honestly, like, Cancers might low-key become the therapist at the dang house. It's not a role that they ask for, but it is a role that they do take pride in. They do like to help people. They're literally the moms of the Zodiac, like, seriously. They're always gonna make sure that everyone's okay. And even when stuff gets intense, even when there's huge arguments, even if they're the ones in the argument, they take themselves out of it, like, after it's said and done, to make sure that everyone's okay. Overall, I think that people will appreciate having a Cancer as a roommate. Until it comes to taking accountability for shit they do. Then, you know. But overall, they are gonna hold up their end. They're gonna do their share and above and beyond, you know, actually what their obligations are in the household. And that's a fact. So now on to Leo. Leos are the ones that you never really know what the fuck is going on. You either honestly just adore them and you just are drawn to them and you just love their energy, or it could be a little bit of a controlling, dominant energy that you don't like. They really are all or nothing kind of people too. So when they're friends with people, they're extremely loyal. When they're roommates with people, typically, you know, if they're friends with you, you know, they expect you to be loyal and good friends. And sometimes with roommates, that ain't the case. Sometimes roommates are just here to pay their fucking share of the fucking bill and carry the fuck on. So Leos, if you're looking for that, you might actually need a room with friends that you were friends with before, because if you try to room with random ass bitches, it might not work out the way you want it to. But Leos are definitely the ones that are asking if they look good before they leave the house, asking their other roommates which picture they should post on Instagram, like, very, you know, into themselves, because y'all know y'all are into yourselves. Definitely the one to be asking how somebody's day is, and the person says good, they're like, great, now let's talk about me. But honestly, Leos do shine bright like a diamond. Well, actually more like a fucking forest fire, but they shine bright nonetheless. But also Leos can be very laid back too. It just depends on the Leo you're dealing with. They could be the ones who literally are so chill and you never have to worry about there ever being an issue with them, because they're just not for the drama. They don't like that either. But naturally, you know, Leos are lions, and so packs and cubs and loyalty and all that plays part. And so if you're roommates, you know, that's gonna happen. You might find Leos involved in drama and trying to turn the whole house against the one person. I'm sorry, Leo, I gotta keep it real. And you wouldn't think it would get that deep over living with somebody, but trust me, things can sometimes get that deep. Somebody can do something that disrespects a Leo person, and all of a sudden the Leo person's like, so where y'all fucking standing, okay? Where y'all lying, okay? You on this bitch's side or you on my side? Let's find out. Let's find out today. But also, Leos are very loving and very sweet and very caring, and they care a lot. And so if y'all are cool, you'll definitely feel the energy. So now on to Virgo. Virgos are the ones who are literally, and I know this is a stereotype, but I don't care. It's a fucking fact. Y'all can try to come at me all day long. You can't deny facts. freaks, all right? They're the ones who are literally gonna be always cleaning up the house. Like they have their chores that they're supposed to be doing, but they're the ones who are doing everyone else's chores and not even giving the other people a chance to do their chores, because once they see the house is messy, they get fucking freaked out, and so they start cleaning everything. Because Virgos low-key, well high-key, I'm sorry, can be control freaks, and they want to be in charge of things in their service sign, so they feel like if they're not doing something, that they're not useful. So to them, paying the rent isn't enough. Like literally just paying their share of the rent's not enough. They can literally just clean their own room, worry about their own space, but no, they're like, no, you know, I gotta give something, you know, to these motherfuckers that don't know what they're doing, because Aries is a fucking hot mess and Sagittarius is a fucking hot mess that can't clean up behind themselves. I need to step in and fix this shit. Like they feel like they need to step in and fix stuff. But Virgos are also typically introverted, so they might also be the roommate that doesn't necessarily come out all the time and get lit with everybody. They might be the ones that are more to themselves and more in their room. And like I said, they'll be the ones cleaning. That'll be the only time you see them sometimes. They're like Taurus in the way that they will probably just watch a reality show or play video games in the room or do something, you know, for themselves. But they're also most likely the one to give the entire fucking house a chore list. Like, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this. And the thing is, they're gonna do all of it anyway. So what's the point of giving a chore list, Virgo? You're gonna do it all anyway, but they're still gonna do it. And they're gonna either be loved for it, because people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, Virgo like takes care of us. Virgo be making sure things are done. Yes, Virgo, thank you. You're lifting some stress off my shoulders. Or they're gonna be hated, because people are gonna be like, Virgo, calm the fuck down, dude. Calm the fuck down, chill out. Take a chill pill, it ain't that deep. So it just depends on who they're rooming with. So now on to Libra. Libra's like the neutral roommate, the one who gets along with everybody, the one who everybody kind of just comes to about the gossip and the shit, because they don't take sides in things, and everybody kind of knows that. That's a big thing about Libras. They might have a problem with Leo, because Leo might be like, bitch, where your loyalty at? You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Libras are pretty chill. Like if there's an argument in the house, they're definitely the ones who are gonna be the mediators. They're definitely the ones who are gonna try to talk it out amongst everybody, like trying to be the voice of reason, because they can't live in a house that is chaotic, okay? They can't live in a house with tension. They can't live in a house where everything's fucking fucked up. They need harmony and they need peace to be happy and to be content, because they're the scales, you know, they need that balance. And if things are all fucking over the place, they're not gonna like it. They're probably gonna buy their lease out and get packing, because they're not about to deal with that chaotic energy. So they will try their best to minimize it, if that makes sense. They're gonna try their best to help things like level out. Also, they're probably the ones who decorated the apartment or the house, because they're really into that type of stuff. They're really into interior design, they're really into fashion. So they might just be the ones who paint the walls. They might be the ones who, you know, are buying the cute little decorations on the counter. Like those little details are things that they might also enjoy doing. They're definitely the ones that if there's a fugly couch, they will definitely make sure that couch goes, and they will get one that isn't fugly. They will get one that looks good. They care, they do, because they're the ones who want to look expensive. They're the ones who care if the carpet looks ugly. They were the ones who will try to have everybody pitch in to have the carpets replaced. You think I'm joking? Libras, y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all are so picky, you go look at an apartment online and not even move in because you don't like the carpet on the floor. So now on to Scorpio. So Scorpios are the mysterious roommate. The roommate that everyone's terrified to step into the room. They don't even know what's going on. Everyone is convinced in the house that there is a dead body in the Scorpio's closet. They're not going to look to try to find out, because they know that if they touch Scorpio's shit, that the Scorpio will kill them. I'm sorry, this might be a little dramatic, but I just imagine Scorpio being the roommate where like, you just hear screams from their room because they're like watching a fucking horror film, like some Jade West type shit from Victorious. Like she is a Scorpio, I'm sorry. And they're just like sitting in the living room, like eating their fucking food, and they just hear, ah! And there's all these screams from the Scorpio's room and like thunder like going off. Like that sounds so dramatic. And the rest of the signs are just like, what the fuck is going on with Scorpio? And then the Scorpio just walks out and is like, what are y'all looking at? And they're like, nothing, like pretending that they weren't sitting over there, like trying to figure out and crack the code to what is going on with Scorpio, because y'all are mysterious, like we talked about, and nobody knows what the heck is going on with y'all. Scorpios are also very, very secretive. Like that's the thing. So as roommates, they are too. They're not telling everybody their business, especially roommates, because they're not about to let anybody use anything against them, okay? They not opening up to none of y'all bitches. To them, it's strictly roommate. roommates. To them, honestly, y'all are strictly roommates. Yes, they might be friends with some of the roommates, but for the most part, they really are here to just pay their share of the rent. And the rest of y'all bitches, they don't really care that much about you. Now, there are rare circumstances where they might become best friends with one of the roommates, but like, those are rare circumstances. But I just want y'all to know that if there's things that you're doing in the house, that Scorpios are keeping the receipts. They're keeping the shit. So if you ever get into an argument with them, they're gonna unleash everything. Remember when you didn't wash the fucking dishes? Remember when I fucking did this? Remember when you did this? Remember when you fucking did that? Like, they have all of the tea and all the receipts and all the fucking shit to use against y'all bitches. They're just waiting for a moment. So don't give them that moment. Don't step on their toes, because we know Scorpios like to take karma into their own hands. So now on to Sagittarius. They're definitely the very fun roommate. The one that's like literally baking cookies with you guys, like having a fun time, not taking things too seriously, very optimistic, very carefree, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. Now, if you fucking try them, then you already know Sagittarius people are intense. They go from being like Miss Sunshine and Rainbows to like fucking dark fucking cloud, rah, rah, like in 5 fucking seconds, if you really want to try it. A happy Sagittarius is a happy life. A pissed off Sagittarius is a miserable one to everybody around them. So please keep your Sagittarius roommate happy, because if you don't, everyone will hate their stay there. But like I said, for the most part, they're pretty chill. They really just like doing their own thing. Like, they like going out and exploring. Like, they probably go see the town. They probably do go to parties and stuff. Maybe with Gemini, they might be the ones sometimes going out together and doing stuff. They're more inclined to. But they're also the ones who are, like I said, out here on these crazy ass Tinder dates, coming and spilling the tea back to their roommate. Talk about how they accidentally went on a date with serial killer. Like, I'm not kidding. This is the stuff that happens with Sagittarius. They're the type to go on a date with somebody and then come back home being like, that person was really, really weird. And then the same night on the news, they see the person they were on a date with that just robbed a bank after their date. And then they'll be like, oh my God, that was the person I was just on a date with. And everyone will laugh and be like, ha, bitch, stop fucking playing. Like, you know, because they don't take it seriously. Like, no, dude, like, shows them the app. That was who I was just on a date with. Only a Sagittarius, like, that's how y'all lucky be. Y'all are lucky motherfuckers in both ways. You have really, really, really good luck, and then you have real bad luck. But your good luck's so good that you end up not getting hurt when you get put in really bad situations, because your energy is just so out there that everyone gets drawn to it. And that's something that you might hate as a roommate too, is that everybody might be trying to come to you all the time and dumping all their problems on you, and you might get pissed the fuck off at all your roommates because you're like, oh, I don't give a fuck, I have my own life, let me do my own thing, I have college classes too, bitch, I have a job too, y'all are complaining about y'all college classes and your job, okay? Listen, we all got shit going on, shut the fuck up. Slams the door, cries in the room, and then comes back out, I'm so sorry guys about what I said. But also Sagittarius is probably going to be the first sign to buy out their lease, because they don't like commitment and they're not trying to stay anywhere honestly for a year. So when they look at the contract and it says year lease, they're like, yeah, right, bitch. They sign it, but they're like, yeah, right, bitch. We'll see if I'm here for a year. They will find a way to get out of it. So now on to Capricorn. Capricorn people are serious and about their business. You guys know this. This ain't new information. I'm telling you, Capricorn pays their rent 3 days early. You ain't gonna clock them. You ain't gonna ruin their stability. You are not about to anything, because they're already ahead of everything. Because like I said, they're about their business. They don't slack. They hold up their end of the deal and their responsibilities. So even with chores, you ain't gotta tell them, because they're definitely the ones who do their part. They do everything they're supposed to do, and then they get the fuck on. They literally are probably at work most of the time. You probably don't even see them very often, because they're about their money and about their bag. They're not trying to live with y'all forever. That sounds really shady maybe, but I'm telling you, your Capricorn roommate, this is not an ideal situation for them. They want to have their own motherfucking place that they own in their motherfucking name. So while they're living and being roommates or whatever, because they ain't got the money to do in this moment, trust me, they are working to get out of that fucking apartment with you so that they can have their own, because they're self-sufficient and they're independent, and they really don't even like the idea, honestly, of rooming with anybody. They're the ones who host the house meetings to let people know, hey bitches, we got goals, we need to get them together, because right now we are not meeting goals right now. Okay, even though they're ahead of the pack most times, okay, they want the rest of the people around them to try to at least, you know, achieve something. They do care about that, and they do see the potential in other people. So they definitely are encouraging and uplifting, especially if there's any other roommates in the house that are trying to do something with their life. They're gonna probably gravitate more towards that person. The roommates who are really about their business like them, and the ones who are really putting effort to make shit happen. They like surrounding themselves with like-minded people. So if there's a roommate that's a fucking slacker, they're they're probably not gonna really fuck with them that much. So now on to Aquarius. In this entire roommate situation, they're definitely the ones who are just kind of observing. Like, you won't even notice, you know, when they did their chores, but they'll get their chores done because they do it so silently and so, like, honestly, so cleanly, if that makes sense. They don't make a big grand deal of everything. They don't draw attention to themselves. They are definitely doing their own shit, getting their stuff done. They hold up their end of the deal just like Capricorn, but you don't even have to really even ask them, like, hey, did you pay the rent? They'll just do it, like, without anybody even knowing anything. They're definitely the ones who are in their room enjoying themselves, playing video games, sewing, fucking watching makeup tutorials, like learning makeup, doing something. Like, they're also very, very creative, so they're probably, you know, writing a damn book. Like, honestly, Aquarius is the energy that writes a fucking book, becomes a New York Times bestseller literally a month into living with y'all, and then moves the fuck out, and y'all are like, what happened? What? We didn't know you were writing this amazing ass book. And they're like, yeah, I did. Bye, bitches. That's something I've always admired about Aquariuses, though, is that they do have their ambitions and their goals, but they don't need to prove or make a grand anything about it. Like, they kind of make moves in silence, but they're also so supportive of everybody else, and honestly one of the sweetest, I would say, of the roommates. So now on to Pisces. Pisces is the roommate that is so present in this whole situation. You notice them, okay? You cannot not notice a fucking Pisces. They honestly kind of freak out about a lot of shit. You know, when the bills are coming, they're like, oh my God, I gotta pay the bills. Like, if they have assignments due, like, oh my God, I have all these fucking assignments due. They're definitely the ranters. They're the ones who come home and fucking spill all the shit that just went down in their life that day that they hated. And you can literally feel it. You can feel it because their energy is so strong, but also they are so sensitive to energy around them as well. So if there's tension in the house and other roommates are arguing, they will dip the fuck out. I'm telling you, Libra and Gemini can be in a fight, and Pisces will leave. They're like, I ain't got time for this shit, boo. Bye-bye. Like, goes out to a nightclub, has a good time. They're like, I'm about to have fun. These bitches are tripping. Unless they're the ones in the argument. Then they're going to be really invested in that argument and passionate as fuck and ready to, you know, impulsively kill one of their roommates on accident. But overall, though, Pisces are very, very fun. They're definitely the ones who are pushing their other roommates out of their comfort zones. Definitely the ones trying to have a good time. They're the roommates that you're either gonna love or hate. Also, they're the ones who will slack on chores because they just know Virgo's gonna do it for them anyway. But yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap the like button, also subscribe and tap that bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Also, once again, if you have not already, make sure to go sign up for Skillshare. If you use the link in the description in the pinned comment, you will get 2 months for free of Skillshare Premium, which gives you unlimited access to thousands of courses that you definitely don't want to miss out on. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you super soon with a new video. Bye.